So you mentioned Saudi Arabia. What's going on right now? So, Saudi Arabia is a booming powerhouse in the region.
Yeah.
Do you see any how are you guys dealing with the candidates? Like where to go if you were to give advice?
For sure. So interestingly, before we started Anira, I'd covered Saudi to a degree, but not massively. Since starting the business, we're probably about 60% focused on Saudi. So more than half of our work is now Saudi Arabia. The opportunity in Saudi, for, I suppose, candidates and indirectly for us, ultimately in terms of hiring opportunities, is enormous. It's a tricky market, and it certainly takes a while to kind of navigate that market. We've spent several months mapping out the Saudi Arabian market and understanding who the main players are, and ultimately building relationships in the same way that I mentioned before, which is not easy. It certainly takes time, but the Saudi market is absolutely booming. You see headlines around challenges with some of the for example Neom or some of the PIF projects when it comes to funding, which is of course true, but the general trend seems to be upwards in terms of new businesses coming into the region. Ultimately, the available capital in Saudi. I put a post onto LinkedIn probably a couple of months back now, saying I think Saudi is probably the closest thing we'll ever see to infinite capital. It seems that for the right project, the money's always there.